Okay, today we have the door seal kit, the roof seal kit. So this is the rear and this is the front. And I got this off of a supplier on Amazon. I'll post a link down below. But obviously it's supposed to reduce the noise. So noise reduction seal. I believe this one's for the roof. So I'm gonna open these up and we'll see hopefully the instructions. If not, I may go onto YouTube and see instructions on someone else who might have already done them. So again, I can only assume this is for the upper glass up here, because they've got a little square thing and it says step one is to kind of do diagonally across, and then you pull it down, and then you, for some reason, pull up and insert. So I don't understand that necessarily, but we'll check it out. So I've gone diagonally across like it says to do, and I'm just hoping I can kind of take it from one end kind of down here to this corner, and then we'll come across. We'll see how that goes. So while putting it in here, you can see there's excess. And so what it says to do is go ahead and push this towards the corner. So we got a little excess there, see a little loop there. So we want to try to work it towards the corner here, and then it says it'll snap back into place. So we're going to try that out and see. But there's definitely a little excess here. So I worked it to the corner, I've got this, but we'll go ahead and pull it from another corner and just kind of see how it does. Yeah, it's just gonna take a little playing with. All right, so this instruction's meant to, take it on the corner and another corner and then pull it up to this corner, fit it in, pull it to that one, but you're gonna have to do this little trial and error. So I've got it all in here, and I did use my little trusty tool that I've used on other installations on other things, and I've kind of just gone in here and just pushing it in. It's a plastic piece, so it's not going to cut it, and just pushing it all the way around to make sure it's going to stay in place. And so I did that on all the way around there. You can barely see that it's in there because I pushed it in there pretty good, but on these corners, it's just kind of in there. So I'm hoping it's going to stay once we get up to highway speeds and stuff, but that's the roof part. So now let's move on to the doors, the front and rear doors. All right, I opened up this next one for the front doors, and got some alcohol pads they provide you there to clean up these areas in red. Now that is not very specific for me. I don't know what they're meaning. Do they mean right here or what? So I'm gonna maybe do a little research and see, but I'm guessing right there is where it goes, according to that. It's really difficult to tell. And then it looks like maybe right here, down that little thing there, according to that. And then we have this bottom of the door there, along the bottom. And then then it shows the passenger side rear as well. And so it does give you instructions, but we'll go ahead and don't block these water channels, it says. Wherever those are, I guess that's what's a water channel right there. Don't want to block those. So on both the passenger and driver side. So I'm gonna clean them off and get going. Okay, so I went online and I saw that there's two different kinds. This is what's called a P seal, and this is gonna go on the lower part of the door, as you kind of see depicted here, and then right here as well, okay? But right in here and right here, this is what's called the Z seal. So you see it kind of has a Z. And so, as I mentioned before, that one's gonna go right here, like right along right here, all the way down. And the other is a little bit more difficult, so because you're gonna try to get to right here along that, you're gonna have to go behind that hinge. And so it's gonna be a little more difficult to put in. That'll be probably the most difficult one that we're gonna have to do. So we're first gonna clean it all with alcohol and then measure each one of the ones we've been provided, and then trim it off if it's too long. This is very difficult, I'll tell you that right now. So I kind of started this first, started peeling off the tape to about right there, and then I started feeding it down behind the hinge there, and you can see I'm kind of still working here, and I'm just kind of pulling the tape and pushing as I go, but you definitely got to feed it behind all these hinges and stuff. It's kind of difficult, a little time consuming. So that first part was very difficult, so this should be a little easier. So it's going to go right here and just kind of feed it down through here. What's interesting is, though, that there's not another Z one in this front door packet, only the P one. So I'm wondering if we don't do that on the passenger side, because it only gave me two Z's. Now these look like their Z's, and so perhaps those go on the back one. We'll figure that out in a minute. It's passenger side rear door, lower side driver door. So I'm assuming that we're going to do those other two Z's right here the same way, and we're just going to put these two guys on the passenger back doors. All right, so I adhered that one. Again, that one being very difficult. You want to take your time with that. This one was a little easier, although I didn't get it perfect. You just kind of come along, and this little part right here too, you got to be really cautious of kind of getting it in there good. So now we have the P one that's left, the P, and that's going to go on the bottom down here, and we're going to go ahead and fix that. Yeah, I went ahead and I put it on this way with the facing up like that, so it does cover that little hole a little bit, but you can see it's not preventing it from working, like pushing water out. So you don't want to cover it up. So I just ran it right along the bottom. So let's close it and see what it sounds like. Still sounds like a car door. I know that another video I watched, someone kind of did that test on it and thought it sounded a little better. I think this is more for, you know, kind of wind noise, but also just some cushion. Still sounds the same to me. But anyway, there you have it. That's that front one, and the rear one we'll just do these along right here. It'll be kind of all the way around and down. All right, so now I did the other passenger door, so now the other part is to put on both sides of the doors all the way around another one of those P dampers. And so that's what we've got here. I'm going to go ahead and stick those on and see how that goes. All right, so I put these all on. Everyone's on now. There's just some tricky parts you need to be aware of. Make sure you clean it good with alcohol. But definitely that one right there, that's very difficult to do. I would start there if you think you might get frustrated. And then on the back here, right here, so when you're putting this guy on, so this is how I did it with the flat end like that. So I didn't see the instructions kind of telling me, but I just kind of figured that's probably the best way to go. And with that flap hanging on the other side, that'd be kind of silly. Anyway, right in here, this little turn, and then down around the little curve down there, you can see, you know, it's not body shop quality work, but it's just got that 3M tape. And so there's a close. We've got that one along there again, all the way around down the bottom. Extra little padding. This one along the bottom. This guy here, and of course that one there, and then the one we started with, which is up here, and that's just one to put in. So this was a whole pack for noise, I guess, dampening or noise reduction from this particular company I got it from. What's it called? AY Customs. I wish their instructions are a little better, but they do say that you can contact them if you have questions. But there you go. We'll see how it works. You know, again, I don't really tell the difference immediately from closing it, but it doesn't sound like a big metal slab hitting like it did before, so it's a little better. All right, guys, please comment with any questions and subscribe as always. Take care.